Fargo was once a town of 600 that's grown to over 100,000 in the last century. Despite a fire that nearly wiped out downtown Fargo, it's persevered since the beginning. Buildings on Main Avenue and 8th Street South are some of the places that survived the 1893 fire. The buildings are subject to a compliant. Tenants in one of the buildings were ordered out because the space wasn't up to code.
Next door is home to the longest standing women's clothing store, Downtown Diva. However, the woman who's worked there for 31 years has closed the shop for good. She thinks the buildings are too old and says she's feared for her safety and everyone around it. City inspectors appear to disagree. Valley News Team's Callie Hubbard got an inside look of the building and tells us why some are concerned. It's a story you'll only see here on Valley News Live.
There is nothing that Marjorie Norris Thompson loves more than glitz and glamour.
It's the gym at 5, and then maintenance starts at 9.
She gets her hair and face done twice a week.
I actually sleep on pillows that are elevated, much like a corpse, only still breathing.
Can't forget the finishing touch.
I'd never have an affair because there would always be a trail of glitter in the house. I'm child-free by choice, but this store to me was a child.
Over 100,000 people have walked through Downtown Diva along 8th Street in Fargo.
I loved what I do. Go like this.
But behind the Diva showroom, it's not shiny earrings and martini glasses.
Fill it up until it weighs about 40 pounds of water.
She empties water from her second floor.
2 and 3 and 5 and 10 times a day, and I would come down here at 3:30 at night and try to save my showroom.
The water is coming from the big hole in her ceiling. This is what it looks like up close. She's had 2 sump pumps running and 3 tubs inside a kiddie pool.
I've been doing this for probably 25 years.
The basement isn't much better.
These are the walls. These are the bricks that are coming out of the wall.
Norris Thompson says her basement's been leaking for decades, not to mention the bathroom that was started but never finished.
This is wrong. This is just wrong.
Those are just some of the many problems.
This is hollow. Strips the ceiling coming down.
With the historic building. We did some digging and found out Downtown Diva, the business college, and the buildings in between on 8th Street South and Main Avenue are all owned by the same person. The structures belong to Frank Leland Watkins and have been a part of his family since 1884, surviving the 1893 fire that nearly destroyed all of downtown Fargo. While the building has passed city inspection, she believes without substantial repairs going inside her building could eventually mean life or death. After sending an open records request to the city, we found out that within the 3 buildings, 7 addresses, and multiple tenant spaces, only 2 permits were issued in the last 32 years for small work going on. We found out that steps away from Downtown Diva is another building owned by Watkins. The city posted this danger sign on 806 and a half Main Avenue. Reports show the tenant living there was told to leave because it was unsafe. We asked the city why it was considered unsafe as Downtown Diva passed inspections. This includes energy, insulation, footing, and framing. They said the tenant living in the building next door was told to leave because the basement wasn't up to code. So we took it a step further, asking the city if we could get a walkthrough on why inspections passed in Downtown Diva and not in 806 and a half Main Avenue. The city denied that request. We found complaints the city received about Downtown Diva. An anonymous neighbor said they noticed a funky smell and some fine dust in the air. They say since it's such an old building, they're worried about what's in the air. A customer named Eric Ead called the city to say he smelled sewer gas there. And as of now, Morris Thompson has sold 31 years of stuff and has left her building.
Don't rent it again until you fix it. Don't put someone else through this. Don't have an old lady up there bailing water in the middle of the night. I have a permanent shoulder injury from this.
Before the building falls down on her or anyone else. In downtown Fargo, Callie Hubbard, Valley News Live.
Watkins did get back with us saying he knows about the leaking roof in Downtown Diva, but said the tenant said she was taking care of it with a sump pump and said not to worry about it. Watkins says he's put a lot of money into the buildings and they're not ready for demolition. He says he's going to attempt to solve the roof problems now that she's gone.